Welcome back. We're back in the kitchen. I got a special recipe for you today. Something a little bit seasonal because you know what? It's that time of the year. I'm talking about after Columbus Day, after America was discovered, but before Thanksgiving, before we celebrated it. And if you recall from your history class, Thanksgiving was the first time in history, well, recorded history, that an American turned something healthy into a delicious sweet dessert. And I'm talking only about pumpkin pie. It's rumored that Squanto contracted type 2 diabetes after the first pumpkin pie. This was the first dish considered by many Americans to be a vegetable. We were still trying to figure out what maize was. This was the first reported cause of the obese pilgrims, or as they were known at the time, the jolly colonists. Alright guys, you know the deal. This is going to be super macro friendly, delicious, of course, because that's always priority numero uno. Let's take a look at the ingredients. So these are actually pretty basic ingredients here. We're going to need 800 grams of pumpkin, a scoop of vanilla casein, some Walden Farms pancake syrup. This is optional, but it's going to make it taste mighty good, or hella good if you're into that. We're going to do 2 egg whites, and here are just some spices that you may or may not want. We got cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, cloves, and of course, the all-important truvia. But if you happen to have pumpkin pie spice, then you're ahead of the game. Alright, and then for the crust, we're gonna want 150 grams of flour, 30 grams of this butter substitute spread, and 1 beaten egg. Also some stevia in there, because you're gonna want it sweet. Alright, so we got our pumpkin already here, and you're gonna wanna like cut a circle around the top so you can whoop, take it off. And then we're just gonna, it's gonna be kind of gross inside, alright? So if you want to wear gloves, maybe roll up the sleeves a little bit, because it's like, I don't know, it's just gross. So we're gonna reach inside and we're gonna pull out just enough to use. We're gonna need some more. We're gonna reach in here one more time, really just scoop it out because we might really have to dig and, gross. So now we've got our 800 grams of pumpkin, we're going to separate our egg whites. I recommend doing it in a smaller container so that if you do lose the yolk in there, see like I just did, I lost the yolk, it's not in the final mixture, so we can just scoop that back out. It's not a big deal. Alright, next up is going to be our casein, and I use casein protein just because it's going to make it a little bit thicker than the whey protein would. And that's what we want. We want kind of the thick custardy type filling. So those are going to be all the main ingredients for the filling. The rest of these are just going to be by taste preference, so you're going to have to decide that on your own because I really don't even know how much I'm going to be putting in. Alright, so there's everything just in there. We're going to just mix it up, taste it, see how it is, and go from there. Now if all else really fails and you got to bring out the big guns and you want it to taste like pumpkin pie, I suppose you could always cheat. We're preheating to 325. Alright, so we're going to put our dough in our pie dish. I recommend a 9-inch pie dish. This is actually, I don't know if you can see that, this is a 9.5-inch pie dish. Why? I don't know. That's all I can find. So we're going to rock it, make it work. We're just going to start off by adding all the flour to a bowl. If it's clumped up, it's not really a big deal because you're going to be mixing with a lot of other stuff later. But just try to break them up because this does happen. A little vanilla extract is really going to make this crust taste a lot better. It's not going to taste like flour, it's going to taste like, well, crust. It's actually turned out pretty well. Just gotta push down the edges a little bit and fill her up. Alright, so we got it spread out nice and even like, and we're gonna say goodbye to it for about an hour. You already know, we lick in the bowl. Licking the bowl is actually a critical part of this recipe. If you're not licking the bowl, it's not even gonna it won't even bake. You're gonna put the pie into the oven and you're gonna open it up an hour later and nothing's gonna be in there. So, always lick the bowl. Ooh, would you look at that? Doesn't get much more American than that. So yeah, there's a knife here. What we're gonna do is use a toothpick, whatever. Just stick it in. See if it comes out clean. It came out mostly clean in the center, sides for sure. But you don't want it like super stiff. It's not a cake. It's a pie, so it's gonna set a little bit more as it cools. We're gonna let it cool for about an hour. Probably put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll do the taste test. Wish you could see the steam coming off it. Gosh, that's so American. When this is what happens and you don't let it cool enough. Oh well, it's still gonna taste the same, which is delicious. Tastes like pumpkin pie. It's exactly what it should taste like, because it is pumpkin pie. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment down below. Macros on screen, as always, and I'll see you, I don't even know when, next week, in 2 weeks, a fortnight as it were, but I'll see you. Oh, I'll see you.